Howdy, gamers.
What up? Welcome back. You say welcome or we're?
We're back.
We're back.
Me,
we're so
you,
back.
Pepper.
Yep. We're all here. I tried to get Colton on today, but he was busy.
Oh.
He hit me up. He wanted to play a game, and it's a game we've played before, but I figured we could do it again sometime.
Okay.
It'd be fun. It's the one where you it's called Wavelengths. I didn't know it was called this. It's the one where you have a number, and then you say something like video games, and then you have to rate video games at that number, and you have to guess.
I think
what the
we
number
played
is.
that, and then I didn't really understand till halfway through.
Yeah. That's okay though.
Yeah.
We could do. It would be fun to do with Colton because he will fail that game.
Colton and I agree on a lot of stuff though. Not everything, but.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's true.
You don't.
I feel like Colton has this really special ability to. No, I definitely do.
Mm-hmm.
He and I just really like to challenge each other.
Yeah.
But he, Colton has this really cool ability where.
I think it's because I think Colton might see you as like a younger brother, and then
yeah, that's definitely
you don't have anyone who is older than you, so you're
it's
like
true. Like no, can't happen.
Yeah.
No, but no, I definitely do see him like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't. The only other people in my family that I ever had like that were like my cousins, and they were so much older than me.
Right.
Like they were, like my
Teens.
youngest cousin is
Yeah.
almost Mia's age. And so like and when I was a kid, they were basically teenagers, and then they were adults. So like barely had connection with them. That was like
That's
remotely
crazy.
like yeah. So. No, Colton's like one of the friends that I've had like not only like the longest, but like has that like older brother vibe for sure. Not only because we live together, but also that's just how he is. No, I was gonna say that he has this amazing ability to like agree with everybody, but also have the craziest opinions ever.
Yeah.
So I think we all feel like no, I honestly agree a lot with Colton.
Yeah.
Sometimes he says something insane.
Yeah.
But I think I mostly agree with him.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like being friends with Colton, is being like, oh, we like that. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Oh, we both like the same thing. Oh, yeah, you showed me that thing that I like. Yeah. I like Arby's. My guy, what are you talking about? Maybe we aren't alike at all, and that's it. Yeah, we had a...
I mean, all that time that I was like hating on Colton for liking Arby's, I was a vegetarian. So now maybe I'll go try something.
I gotta be honest, I don't even hate Arby's that much. I just like, it's fun to hate on
The one that I
Colton.
can't get on is Long John Silver's. When
No, that's insane.
When we did that food like taste test a while back, and the bag was like wet, I was like,
horrible.
Oh,
yeah, the whole thing is sopped in grease.
I can't.
I should say it's only fun to hate on Colton because Colton also likes being that guy.
Yeah.
He likes being like, Long John Silver's is good. And it's like, you son of a bitch. You don't even like it that much. I have made you like it more by saying I hate it.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny.
Yeah.
No, he so sometimes after our streams, some folks stay around because Marcy is already in bed. So with the way it used to be, you'd be like, see ya guys. And we were like done. But now Marcy's already asleep when we're done. So
She goes to bed at break.
sometimes some fellows hang around and we talk for a little bit. And 90% of the time it's Grace. Which is cool. We just talk for like 2 hours and then she goes home. Now Jack has joined in a little bit, which has been kind of fun. But like a few weeks ago, I think maybe like a month ago actually, Colton, it was after an Eberron and Colton stayed over too. And him and I like got on this like debate about classless systems. And Colton was very like, it's not that we were like in like a heated disagreement or anything.
Right.
I was just like, no, I think classless systems are the way to go. I think like that's how I prefer to play, especially at the level that we play. And I think, and he didn't disagree with that. Where he was just like, well, I don't know about that, was when I was like, also I think I like the player's handbook should have a way to play the game like that. Like I would enjoy it more. And he was like, basically like, no, the classes make me feel comfy. I like them. And I was like, you're wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. And like, we're not like actually upset at each other. Like him and I are just kind of having like thought discussion. I'm talking about what I think I like about that. And he's talking about that. And what's really fun and what's cool about being able to talk about that with him at that level is that like, I know that neither of us are going to hurt our feelings because we've said so much worse, not terrible shit to each other before, but like we're not even getting close to what I know his line is or what he knows my line is.
Yeah.
So it's really nice because we can basically be like, no, you're dumb. This is why that's like this. And you've been brainwashed. And he's like, no, actually, that's Jacob. That's a logical fallacy. You're wrong. And like, we're kind of going at each other. Kind of forgot Grace and Colton were in the same room. And I felt so bad because Grace was like, I think Grace thought we were mad at each other.
Yeah.
And Grace was like, guys, it's okay. And like, here, like, you both are right. And I was like, oh shit. We both looked at each other and we're like, we'll just back off for now. Because I didn't want to make Grace feel bad. But like, after they left, Colton stayed around for a little bit. I was like, hey, we were good, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm just making sure. But I didn't realize. And it was just kind of funny. And that always throws me off guard too, because you and Mia will sometimes talk that way to each other. And it's just because you guys are such good friends.
Yeah.
But like, the rest of us were like, why are they fighting?
Yeah. It could be a theory of like, that's just what conversation looks like when you're talking to someone who you've spent like probably a year of undivided time with.
Yeah.
Because you live with someone like that for
Yeah.
so long. And you're like, no, this is just how we communicate sometimes. Because we know we're just kind of being memes.
Yeah.
We're kind of playing it up.
I've had to wake him up in the morning. I've had to get rent from him for years, or vice versa.
Yeah.
He's had to tell me like, hey, they like the place that we lived at doesn't want us doing this anymore, and I'm like, well, that's fucking bullshit. We've thrown old TVs from the top of our apartment because we didn't want to carry down the stairs.
Yeah.
Like we've moved twice together.
Yeah.
That alone will bring you very close to a person.
Yeah.
So no, if anything, it's just I'm very, very close to Colton, and if it ever looks like I'm being mean to him online, that's just how we are.
Yeah.
And
It's that sibling dynamic we were talking
exactly.
It's very similar to how I
love
feel
him a
about
lot.
Mia.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I did lay him out about that. I was like, no, classes system is the best, and you're insane.
Yeah,
and
me,
he was
Grace,
like,
and Jack were kind of just like, oh, this conversation's been going on for a while. There's no room for any of us to talk.
yeah, because it became less about that and more about like, no, Colton, that's how you like to play. And he was like, Jacob, that's your your view on the whole situation, and that's wrong. And I'm like, what? And he's like, you're not thinking about more players, you just think about yourself. And I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. And yeah, it was the whole thing. But yeah, it was funny.
Did you do the tweet?
I did like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Go look at it.
Oh.
It's
Is it something special?
I'm sorry, I gotta explain to our audience. It's it's the emoji guy with the he's like smiling and he's rubbing his hands together, and the meme normally says when the function has something, but function and the last word have been blacked out, and it says when the Arcane Lounge podcast has, hey guys, can you ask some questions? Thanks. That's what I put. And then for the members, I put Kratos, and it says members, send me your questions and my life is yours. Sorry, I didn't really put my full ass into that.
I think
just
I got it.
Yeah, I don't even know what Chinese necessarily.
Gun twirling aficionado, which is Albert, asked, Jacob, can you give us Uncle Iroh wisdom? No. Also for Spencer and Pepper, definitely gonna give my rec to check out Fields of Mysteria or Mystria if you want 90s anime aesthetic to Stardew Valley. Albert, I see you on Discord. Every time I log into Discord and I see what my friends are currently doing, Albert is always in that game. And I only know it because Albert plays it. Yeah, so
I've seen art of that on Twitter before.
Yeah, it looks like
it's Stardew cute Valley. And it looks like Stardew Valley on crack.
Yeah.
He got some kind of movement upgrade, and he's just like Pim's kids around the entire Stardew Valley field. It made me nauseous to look at.
It's like when you drink a cup of coffee in Stardew, and you're just a little bit faster.
Yeah,
you get that speed
That's
boost.
my fucking favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, in a video game, if I can be faster, I'm always taking that
You
upgrade.
should get the horse.
I hate... Okay, I have to think about that, but I have to move this candle because I can feel the heat of it, and it's bothering me.
Push it over here. Oh.
No, I can feel the full heat.
The crackling sound was calming.
Well,
now
sorry.
I feel on edge.
I apologize. All right, I was on edge because
soothing.
I was gonna start
Now I'm
sweating.
gonna kill.
Start swinging.
What did you ask?
I said you should get a horse in Stardew Valley.
Okay, here's my thing about horses. I like horses in video games, but most of the time there's a horse, it's a necessary thing. But
Yeah,
in
the
Stardew
horse-
Valley, it's not.
The horse doesn't actually really make you very fast at all.
I was going to say, most of the time there's a horse in a video game, it's not really making you that much faster. It's more like, well, we don't expect the player to walk from here to here, so we're going to give you a horse. But I feel like that isn't true in Stardew Valley because you can already walk everywhere.
Yeah,
and
you
that's
can
like
walk
the
everywhere.
intended way to play the game.
I think it is a little bit faster, and you can put hats on it.
Worth it.
Yeah,
Worth it all the way to the end.
You can have matching hats
in
with your
Red
horse.
Dead, I don't care about the horse, but I do care about the horse because I can stylize the horse.
Yeah. You can also put
Makes sense.
hats on your kids in Stardew Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yep.
That's
You
interesting.
can walk up to them. You can put a chicken mask on them.
You're like, that's your life now, and they're like,
they
yes,
keep the
mother.
hat after you turn them into a bird?
You
Is it just a
know,
bird with a hat?
probably.
That's cool.
I don't know if the bird has the hat, but
Oh. It's like,
maybe
there it is.
you lose the the hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
You also get creepy messages on your TV.
it's transmogrified into the horse.
Yeah.
or into the bird.
I want to answer. I have that. I have like 3 things to talk about, but I compartmentalize all of them because I have my medicine today.
Mm-hmm.
So I when I answer the question that Albert asked, which was, can I give Uncle Iroh wisdom? And unfortunately, I cannot. That's why the Iroh impression is middling. Because I can do the voice, but I can't talk as him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's always my
I
problem,
see.
especially as a DM. I'm like, I know what this character sounds like and what I want them to do, but the second I have to give them words to make them have that make sense, it falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. That was the beginning of last game when I said that the goo turns into goo. That was crazy. I said that. I was like, the goo turns into. I'm about to say goo right now.
Yeah.
And you guys tried to
It
save
does.
me, and I was like, no, I have to live in this. I have to live in the fact that I said goo turns into goo.
Yeah.
They've got armor on their armor.
they got
I
armor on
have,
their armor.
yeah. Anyways, outside of that, being fast in a video game, if there's any way that I can just be a bit faster, that I don't have to like go and get on like a horse or like kind of get into a car, because cars are the same as horses. If there's a car in the game, that means there's roads, and that means you have to be able to drive it in order to get around. So it's not the same, but I am in Cyberpunk and in Grand Theft Auto going to go 120 miles an hour on that car. I'm going to break every fucking traffic law known to man, because fuck, I love being fast in games. It bothers me so much that you don't like this, because I'm watching you play Twilight Princess, and like you'll
would
just
rather
walk
everywhere than ride that
Yes,
horse.
no. As the wolf, when you're walking as
Yeah.
the wolf, you can push A and run as the
Yeah.
wolf, but you don't. You just walk, and I'm like,
I don't know if that's I just don't know if that's the hill. 'Cause
no.
I feel like I think you're normally right, but I think it's because Twilight Princess handles like shit.
It does.
No, it does. It does.
Because I get what you're saying,
then-
but I don't think she does it because she's like taking the scenic route. I think
No.
it handles like dog.
Yeah, and I should also say that I'm not judging you. I'm not. I should say that I'm not. I know I made it sound like I'm not upset that you're not doing it. I
Right.
understand why.
I don't think anyone's thinking that.
The
at least.
problem is that it bothers me.
Yeah, I know.
Because I like going fast, and so I will bend the controls to my will so that I can be fast. Also, I love jumping on things you're not supposed to jump on. If there's a little in Sea of Thieves,
Yeah.
when I'm waiting for other people to turn in their shit, I'm gonna jump on every little thing that I can find and find a weird spot to get to. I do it in Elden Ring. I do it. Fuck it. That was largely my experience in Destiny. We did some missions, and then we were in the hub area, and I was like, I'm gonna find funny places to jump to.
Yeah.
And you guys already knew a lot of them, and I was like, hell yeah, yes,
Yeah,
my people.
No, that's just how it works in that game.
Yeah.
My brother always talks about how if you load into a tower and you see people jumping around doing shit, you're like, that conversation's really good.
That's so true.
Because everyone's just idly doing something.
We used to load up Borderlands 2 and just jump around Sanctuary doing nothing but talking and like
That's how you know.
jumping around.
That's how you know.
Oh my god. And that's why Overwatch is still such a satisfying game to play, because I not only can I jump on everything, there's a character I can climb things, and there's a character that lets me go as fast as fuck. And that is so much fun. I love being able to be fast. Weirdly not the same in like RPGs. In RPGs I don't really care that much. Actually, it may not be true. Monk might be my favorite class, and I've just never played it and never realized. But being fast and be able to climb things might be like, because it is really satisfying to be able to fly as Cayman. Because in every other D&D game I've played, I'm like, I've never been able to fly.
Right.
But whenever I think about combat as Cayman, I'm like, how am I going to get over there? I have wings.
Yeah.
Whee! It's so fun. I love it. So I don't know. Maybe that's just the thing I like. Yeah. But no, you're fine. You don't have to be fast in Twilight Princess. There's going to be a little gremlin in my brain, though, that's going to be like, and I can't,
That's fine until you shut up.
Yeah. And I know you're not telling me shut up. You're telling the little gremlin that lives in my brain.
Yeah.
I'm like RFK Jr. I don't have brain worms. I have a brain gremlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Wants to
I think
go
it's-
fast.
I think it happens when you get the spider's curse.
Yeah.
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 It's not actually a spider. It's just a little gremlin.
None of my other spiders fellow spiders cursors have this speed thing. So maybe it's just me. I don't know.
No,
but like,
I think the gremlin itself has different interests.
Yeah, that's
Yours
true.
just a speed for some reason.
Yeah.
I just love going fast. Oh my God. I think speedrunning would be really fun, but I don't think I'm just not that good at video games. So I don't think I can do it. But speedrunning is super interesting. The other thing I wanted to get to was we finally had a podcast episode that got limited ads.
Yo.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I think I tried to figure out what it was. I think I know what it was. So I'm gonna also try to not to limit this episode because we're gonna talk about it. But so we're gonna infer. This was the episode the isekai into our D&D games. All right.
Okay.
What could it possibly be? And so I went through the timestamps, which are really nice to have now because I can remember what we said. I'm pretty sure it was the recent event that had happened beforehand, and we kind of joked and talked about it a little bit about the whole
About Arnold the Gump.
Yeah, Arnold Gump getting losing the victory royale in Fortnite.
Yeah.
It was that, and then also how French people say yes. We talked about that a bunch too. Yeah, they say oui.
Oui.
But I like to have a D at the end. We talked about both of those things a lot, and I was like, I think YouTube didn't like that.
It's probably one of those two things.
Yeah.
It's either one or both, and they were like, nah, you can't have both.
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah, I was surprised. I sent the review and everything. I was like, because their initial system didn't flag it, and then it happened later, and I was like, what? And then, so I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
That's fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's fair
maybe.
enough.
Or it could just be that we say fuck too many times. I have no idea. Do they have a count?
I don't know.
There's a guy with a
I
little...
feel like that. I don't know. I feel like that can't be it. But also, they hit our streams sometimes that I request reviews for, and they're like, nope. And I'm like, what did we say? What happened?
The C word?
I was going to say.
Either the big C or the small C. Which sounds crazy because I don't think we got for the little D.
In Eberron?
Eberron got hit with... you're right.
Eberron actually gets hit the most now.
Oh.
Probably because the G word.
The G word. That's...
Probably the plasma pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact there's so many...
Got it.
Like water guns. Oh,
All
fuck.
right.
I use the word still.
You can say
great.
gun. You can say gun.
There's a lot of violence in that one because that's not like fantasized because it's so close to urban still.
Yeah.
I guess so.
It wouldn't surprise me if like a cyberpunk game, the entirety of it would be fucking flagged all the time.
That'd be weird
because they talk about like it's real world enough that the system doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the concepts. I really don't think that matters. I think it's the words.
The words?
I think there's potentially a quantity, and if you just say 20 of them, then they're like no. So that might just be it because I can't find a through line. I can't find what connects all of these. All of what they decide and choose. And the only thing I can is like, well, we did curse a lot, so maybe it's that, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll find out. Maybe I'll ask their little help. They have a little help
We need to get in there.
What?
One of us needs to work at YouTube.
Yeah, I go, what's going on with this?
Well, you can ask them now. You can be like, hey, but it's like a little assistant that you have to get. And I'm like, is this AI? Because if it is, it's not going to be helpful at all.
Yeah.
No.
So I don't know. Yeah.
But it would be funny if it's like,
you said Jennifer's titties are in the thumbnail.
Yeah, you said clit one too many times.
Yeah.
You're like, thanks, Bixby. I appreciate
No,
it.
that episode's fine.
Oh, really?
That dipping the clit in the McFlurry is fine.
Wow.
The short is also fine.
Huh.
The short where I focused on it. So I'm like, it's not the concepts. It's not what we're talking about. It has to be something else. It has to be that we're saying God damn or fuck too many times. I have no idea.
Maybe.
But, like, clit's not a bad word.
No.
Like, you can dip your clit in the McFlurry, but the
Then you
15th
should.
fuck. No, you can't do that.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, Happy Wolf asked, hello, gamer.
Hi.
Is there anything you'd never hear in a fantasy RPG such as D&D? Sorry, I read that wrong. I apologize. Is there anything you'd never hear in a fantasy RPG such as D&D? For me, it would be they passed from injuries during the night.
Oh.
Since you can just revive or heal, especially injuries. That will never
That's
happen.
Clever.
That was something I wanted to potentially be a thing in Fallout because I really wanted resting. Like, there'd basically not be a long rest in Fallout, and that you would heal very slowly, and that you would have to, like, spend resources in order to be able to heal your hit points by making your stamina points come back faster. So you could theoretically die from your injuries.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes it just gets monotonous and it's annoying.
It is,
but
unfortunately.
to be like, okay, you're still bleeding out. It's that tweet. That's the. Don't mind me, guys. I'll just be taking poison damage in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think Red's still this way. So we're going to get sidetracked by fucking long rests. But I think Red is still like this.
Yeah.
But early 2013 and 2020 for sure. Sometimes if like a Cyberpunk character was like mortally wounded or something, they take like months to recover.
Oh.
So like your game would be like, okay, we're starting a month later. What do people want to do? And you're like, it's fine. It's just it is a crazy way going from like other systems to that, and then go, okay, we have to take a week off. Why?
Yeah.
Like, oh, because you got shot in the leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you want to do for a week?
Yeah.
I think it gets weird I think that is funny for Cyberpunk because there's a part of me that is like, that's like kind of funny and I like it because it's very thematic to the setting, you know? I like the idea that we couldn't do anything for a month because we couldn't pay for our medical bills. So we had to like, and I think it's thematic to the game. So I think everybody would be on board for that. Like, I know I would be on board for that, but it gets weird with D&D because everybody wants to run a different type of game in that game. And also there's magic, and some people run really high magic and some people run really low magic. And so when you have, and like even the pre-writtens are like all thematically different. Like you've got sort of like a survival horror thing going on with Icewind Dale, but then you've got like, really high fantasy. You can get whatever you want in Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate. So, in one game in D&D, you could be dying from your injuries, but in the next game, it could be like that is nothing we even think about. But in Fallout, it's kind of assumed that everybody's injured all the time because it's the apocalypse, and that was a big part of writing it, was being like, do I need to include that, like, food is going to make you feel shitty? And it's like, no, because most of the time the characters are feeling shitty.
Yeah.
So it's already thematically a part of the game. I don't need to include it because we're already suspending our disbelief that we're in the apocalypse and the characters are already going to roleplay that. So we don't need to have a stat for that, right?
Yeah.
But then in some D&D games, it's like, no, you guys are going to be scared all the time, so we don't need to have like a horror or sanity stat. But then some games you do want that because you want it to be like tangible. So that's why I feel like it gets weird in D&D, but like in Cyberpunk, I'd be like, all right, cool, I don't care. It's kind of funny.
I think it's a pitfall sometimes for Cyberpunk because you can also, like, let's say you get in trouble with like a corpo. Like, let's say you got shot in the leg because you raided some corpo base.
Yeah.
If you give them a week, they can then send death squads. You get caught in this weird like reverse cycle where you're like, I'm good, and then a death squad shows up and you're like, or you're mid healing and the death squad shows up and you're like, this is a terrible mechanic. There's some way just to reset.
I don't know.
Just fucking lop the arm off and give me a robotic arm so I can go see a mechanic this week.
Okay, but like, okay. Devil's advocate, because obviously it's a bad mechanic, right?
Of course.
But there's a part of me that is like, oh, I kind of like that though. The thought that like, oh no, I'm not at full health. Like, I have to wait to heal, and like I'm still recovering, and a death squad is after us. What do I do?
Well,
and it's
unfortunately, I think if 2013 handled it with any nuance, that would be cool.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
it
that
doesn't.
game you get
it's just
headshot
like
and you're dead.
Yeah, you're just dead.
There's no nuance really. You're like, oh, I'm wounded. They're gonna shoot me on the ground, and I'm gonna take 1,400 damage and die. That's
good
what
game.
happened.
Good game.
Good game.
Yeah, it's a death squad. It's not 5 idiots from a podunk town. They have assault rifles or grenade launcher, and they blow up your home while you're in bed, sick with soup.
Your character is like,
And incendiary grenade breaks through your window.
beep. You've got like the life support on, and then max tack just breaks, and you're like, oh! You just loaded with 1 billion bullets. There's nothing you can do.
Your legs broke. You get flashback while you're inside a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You fall out of the wheelchair and they execute you on the floor. It's
That's crazy.
It's a goofy thing, but it's fun. But it is goofy.
Yeah.
I think that's to your point. I think we all accept there's a level of goofiness that we just kind of go, Yeah. Because how many times have we described anyone getting fucking cut up, and and no one's ever goes, hey, what that horrible gash that person cut me in the back for that 19 attack with that crit? And you're like, oh no.
It's okay.
That was just flavor.
Yeah. Look, I just flavored that your character went through a ton of horrible pain.
Yeah, I just crit you and described a Mortal Kombat finisher on you, but you're fine.
Your spine is out of your body. It'll grow back.
It'll grow back.
Just sleep on it. You'll be all right. Things you could never say in an RPG game, though. It would have to be like,
I'm ugly.
Yeah. Man, I hate being ugly.
My Baldur's Gate 3 character's ugly.
Yeah.
I was so mad about that. Albert, I don't know if you saw, I don't even know where the fuck it was. I don't know if I'll put that in our own chat or the Discord, but he was showing photos of him finishing the game.
Oh, yeah.
And his character was naturally doing that mewing face. And I was like, there's not one ugly son of a bitch in this fucking game, is it?
Tav mews all the time. Like I have footage of my first Tav just being talking to Raphael and being like, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, my guy? It's so funny. There was one I thought about the other day, being like, wow, this is just something that people in that world just don't have to worry about. What was it? Global warming. You know
the
what?
Reverse.
Yeah. Global freezing.
Yeah.
It's a threat constantly.
I guess that's true.
But it's not natural. It's always because someone has some kind of ring of winter and wants to destroy anything.
Yeah.
Fucking goddess of winter wants to just come down and
fuck on shit. You're like, why?
Exactly. I think I could be wrong about lore, but from player abilities and stuff that's already established in the game, I feel like something that a lot of people will never say is like, oh, I have a very rare disease that nobody can cure. It's like, no, like only 5 people in the world have this disease. It's like, no, you just take a trip down to Waterdeep and a cleric goes, and you're good.
Yeah. God's not real. You're like, I don't know about that, my God.
Yeah.
I saw him last week.
That's another one too.
I saw him last week.
I'm an atheist. It's literally impossible. Like you can't be. It's the world is not only so fundamentally affected by the gods, but they're just like they're fucking around. They're not even subtle.
Yeah.
Gale is walking around being like, yeah, I slept with the god of magic. He was pretty sick actually. But I don't know, Spencer. What is something you? Oh, did you already say one?
Said one,
yeah. Sorry. I don't remember.
I feel like
What the hell was that?
That was a cat going.
Oh wow!
Fucking tiny morsel of scrum.
Yeah, you've been fit.
I feel like if I lived in a universe like that, I'd be like Sam at the very end, where I'm like, "There's no hope." Everything, or if I don't even know who says that, I can't remember, but so I was like, everything's fucked. There's so much darkness in the world. That fucking Crotorek came through the ground and spilled out 12 million gnolls, and they're all blind and dead. What a horrible experience for my lifetime. Oh, and that's also the other place just fell into hell.
Yeah. It's pretty terrible.
It's scary all the time.
It's pretty terrible. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But those are the stories, Mr. Frodo.
Yeah.
Whoa! What was that question? It's from Francois Anderson. It just says best cookie.
Best cookie.
Honestly, peanut butter or chocolate chip just fucking slaps so hard.
Peanut butter's pretty fucking solid.
Your mom makes these like lemon ones.
Oh, those ones are really good.
Those ones are really good.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I feel like you're gonna say oatmeal raisin.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a different one that's like not that, but I love an oatmeal raisin cookie.
It's pretty good.
I love it so much.
I really like a chocolate chip cookie, but I like the double chocolate chunk. No, but like you put some salt on top of it. It's the greatest thing ever. Oh my God.
Gotta be big salt.
Yeah, it's the big chunky salt.
I see.
You crack between your teeth and your whole mouth. All of the saliva's gone. Yeah. Instantly dries it. What does this question say? It's from Shawnee the Bulge. It says, "Hey, Spunky Jacob."
Hello.
Which they spelled my name with a K. Spunky and Jacob. What are your favorite Berserk side characters? Also, Craig, how you be, my guy?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling, my guy. I'm chilling.
I like judo a lot.
Yeah. Judo's good. What were you gonna say?
Keep reading Berserk, please.
I am. I know what happens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know what happens. It's old.
Judo gets murdered.
Yeah, well, I am aware.
But he's super cool.
I don't know if it counts, but I kind of like Puck.
Yeah, you would like Puck.
Yeah, Puck's kind of goofy and just kind of weird.
Yeah.
He grows on you.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, I don't care, and then I was like, oh, all right, you're cute.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Pippin. I fucking love Pippin so
Pippin's
much.
cool too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's that horrible demon guy that keeps showing up?
Demon guy?
The one with the giant sword and the tiny horse.
The Skull Knight?
Maybe the one that's like kind of his enemy and then kind of his friend for a while.
Yeah, the Skull Knight.
Yeah,
I like that he's like he just shows up after his ass is like whenever he's having the let's call him John Berserk. What the fuck is his name?
Guts.
Yeah, whatever.
John Berserk.
I was called him Berserk. I was like, that's not right.
His name is Nuts Burke.
Yeah, that's Bert.
Whatever fucking Guts is at its lowest, that guy shows up just to say some like really prolific shit and be like, rise.
Yeah, he's
like,
he's
okay.
like, fuck. And then he comes out of fucking nowhere and he's like, hey, I'm here to give you exposition, which is going to be kind of vague, and then fuck off. And he's like, I have to do the thing now.
I don't know what chapter or where it even is anymore because it's been so long since I read it. But there was this moment where he gets fucked up. That guy shows up and then he fights the other guy that fucked Guts up. And they fight for like a while.
It's
and it's like this crazy fucking
I think
battle.
it's when he's fighting, is it Nosferatu Zod?
I was about to say, Nosferatu Zod is also awesome.
And Guts is getting his ass whooped. And then the Skull Knight shows up, kind of scares that guy off and goes, hey, the eclipse is going to happen soon. And then he fucking rides off.
I like that he always says something. He's always just like, hey, by the way, I'm going to just foreshadow a little bit. Into the sky I go.
Bye. I'll see you next time when there's some big fucking monster to kick ass with. You're like, I don't know if you're my enemy or my friend. We're just walking parallel to each other, I guess, on our journey.
That's so funny. Weezy65 asks, since by the time this episode airs, the Among Us Critical Role / D&D crossover will have been officially announced. What?
That's wild.
Is that real?
Maybe finish a question. I wonder if that's like them setting us up.
What video game would you want to have an Arcane Arcade crossover event?
Oh my god, that wasn't a setup for anything.
Oh,
is that real?
Oh, and for Pepper.
Sorry, I'm looking up Critical Among Us.
Critical Among Us.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn to be sus. Emergency meeting.
I don't even.
What?
The first.
You have to find
the first
the
link.
imposter.
That's really good. That's a good one. The first fucking meme, or the first link says Matthew Mercer lied to us in Among Us. And I'm like, what?
What?
Did they play it or something?
I don't know.
If this is real.
I am reading, so please.
Okay, I don't know.
Video game crossover. I don't know why I said that like JoJo Siwa when she was like, "Dream guest on my podcast." Stardew Valley would be cool, obviously.
Yeah.
I would love to do there was something recently we talked about. It would be cool to do Resident Evil. That would be so awesome. I mean, it would also be cool to do like an indie game like Slay the Princess or something. That would also be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hades?
or Cyberpunk or Hades. Yeah, we've talked about it a lot. Honestly, I'd be down for anything. It'd be super cool.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a real thing. I don't know.
Holy shit.
Maybe they have information we don't know.
I think they're making it sound like something leaked and it hasn't been announced yet, but it probably will be.
People are saying that some of their newsletters are like saying like don't get suspicious, and they're talking about like other like they're
so they think it's
like
Among Us?
I don't know. Like apparently they said that the newsletter is very very strangely worded
That is
towards Among Us.
Towards Among
very
Us.
strangely
Yeah.
timed. If D&D decided to do Among Us crossover, I understood Minecraft.
I think they said Critical Role, right?
Yeah.
Or,
But they also said D&D.
oh.
That'd be. I would get that.
Uh-huh.
I get if WotC finally they were like, oh, Among Us. It's like, yeah, guys, it's been a while.
I'm sorry. Did you guys answer the question?
Mhm.
What means tail end of that question?
Oh, it was just video games. The question reads, since by this time this episode airs, the Among Us Critical Role /D&D crossover will have been officially announced. What video game
D&D
would you want to have an Arcane Arcade crossover event with? Oh, and for Pepper.
That's it.
That's it.
And also with you whenever you get around to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course.
They ran out of characters.
You know, that makes sense. That makes sense. Fucking, they said it and then Elon banned
It's,
them.
it's a ... at the end. It says, and also for Pepper ... Tweet ends.
Do you
We
think
know.
something happened?
See, I think it's more powerful.
Yeah.
The fact that we don't have to say it anymore.
No, they know. You
We
know.
we have to not even really. We're not even really alluding to anything. We can just be like,
Yeah, okay.
it's like when you were young and had like a text signature when you'd send a text and it would
Yeah.
send you
Okay.
a text and then would give you like a really shitty, probably MCR lyric
Yeah.
that you chose. It's just assumed now.
Yeah. I was on the forums. I had a signature.
Yeah.
It had link on it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
A little banner head.
The other day I wore these khakis and a green shirt,
Okay.
and it was kind of like a
full circle?
textured green shirt.
Yeah.
And it was kind of darker green, and I was just laying on the couch, and Spencer, one of those moments where we were not talking, she unprompted walked up to me and said, "You're wearing the adult version of the khakis and Triforce shirt," and I was like, "Thanks, man."
Yeah.
And then she fucking left. I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. She put the L on her forehead.
Yeah, I was like,
danced and
"Geez,
left.
damn." Yeah, a crossover event with any of those games that we've talked about would
Yeah.
be cool. We basically
Wow.
said like Stardew Valley, Resident Evil, Hades.
Oh, yeah.
Any
That'd
of those
be
would be cool. Fucking Bethesda, come on.
Cool. Acquisitions Incorporated are doing a Cyberpunk game where Mike Pondsmith, the literal creator, is running their fucking game.
Oh, that's crazy.
That makes me real mad.
That's really cool.
It's very
And,
cool. I don't know what the fuck I'd do with it.
I don't know.
If
I don't
we had
know,
Mike Pondsmith here in the room,
I don't know.
that'd be cool.
I don't know.
Would you be all right? Physically, mentally?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Do you know? Unfortunately, I know what happened. You would act very normally. You'd
Yeah.
be you. You would have a great time, and then the whole thing would be a blur, and you'd forget all of it.
I probably would. That's probably it.
You'd be like, I don't remember a
I
single.
was like, I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Where am I? I don't believe it.
Every time we have something like that happen, you're just like, I don't know where I was. I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, really though, it's a safety mechanism. I still remember any of it. I still honestly, it's still hard for me to believe that we even played Redline at all.
yeah.
It's wild.
I keep going. It's totally gonna hit me. But it's
Yeah.
been almost a year, and I'm like, I don't think it's hit me.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm really processing anything that's happening.
It's insane. It's so weird to think, like, when you think back and like when we were talking about it and being like, it would be cool to do Spelljammer, and then to be like, it's weird that I can still feel that and be like 20 episodes in.
Yeah.
That's just so strange. It's so strange.
Bizarre.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. Brain is weird.
Yeah.
Some guy asked, can you guys do a quick recap of all the Arcane Lounge crew and everyone's relationship to each other? This is great.
I like
Everybody
that.
can reference
Everyone's
this.
in one large polycule other than the incestuous ones.
Yeah.
The only ancestors would be me and Emma.
Yeah.
That's it.
You have to split it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than the insectoid ones.
Insectoid, yeah.
Okay.
He's got wings.
It's the easiest way to explain is to go down the timeline.
I think it's
All
valid.
right.
Yeah. That
Here's
makes
here's
sense.
what happens. It all starts with me.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
Kind
well,
of.
okay.
how it
I start high school.
Yeah.
In high school, I meet Tyler. Tyler and our parents know each other because they were educators and they worked together.
Mm-hmm.
So Tyler and I became friends in high school. I met Grace also in high school. Grace and I were friends in high school, but we kind of went in and out. We were not in the same friend group until about the last year of high school. Then we were like actually friends. But Tyler and I have been pretty like friends since then.
Besties.
Also in high school, I met Spencer and we started dating in high school. Mm-hmm. And then also in high school, I met Colton, but he didn't go to the same high school as me. We went to a church group together, and Colton also ended up working at that church at the same time. And then after high school, I started going to that church's college group, and in that college group, you and I both went to that college group, and in that college group is where I met Marshall, because Marshall was the leader of that college group. Marshall taught basically me how to play D&D, and you, and kind of all of us. He was kind of like our first DM, really. I also met Logan in high school. I met Logan in high school, and then he stopped going to the high school that I was going to and did online school, but he and I stayed friends. Once I got out of high school, I didn't go to college. Well, I did, but I stopped going. And then Logan and I started making YouTube videos, and then that's where that whole thing started. Am I missing anybody from there? I'm just making sure, because that's Grace, that's Tyler, that's you, that's Colton. Then
we met Olivia at college group.
Also met Olivia at college group too. Then after that, the YouTube channel started taking off a little bit. We liked playing D&D, so we were like, let's stream our D&D game. That would be fun. And that kind of started, and that's where Sunder starts, is around there. Then, just trying to think. Oh, also Emma is my sister. I've known her since she was born.
Yeah.
Emma did also go to the same high school that I went to, but I would have already graduated by the time she was a freshman. So yeah. Then we start streaming. There's a game store in town. Pepper works at this game store. We occasionally go into this game store and buy the books because we're playing D&D.
Makes sense.
Sometimes, one time we go in and you're playing our stream on the TV. And I was like, oh my God, whoa, we're fucking cool. And like, we knew of you, but we didn't know you didn't really hang out. One time in 2019, we come into the shop and you're like, do you guys want to play a D&D game sometime? And we were like, yep, sounds fun. We would love to do that and meet more adults. So we came over to your house, which had a bunch of your friends, including Mia, and we played a D&D game on Sundays for a little while that you ran. Then 2020 happens and we can't play anymore. But we also can stay in contact, and that's when we started Tomb of Annihilation, and you joined in that game on our stream. And that literally all that was like, hey, you're fun to play D&D with. Do you want to play it on our live stream that we've talked about before? And at first you were like, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous. And I was like, well, do you think about it? And you were like, actually, I want to do it. And I was like, hell yeah. And honestly, super fucking glad you did, because it kicked off a lot of shit. Then after 2020, is that everybody?
Jack.
Oh, I was like, I know I'm missing somebody. Okay, it's because it's in the same timeline. So once I get out of high school, before I have met Pepper and Mia, I, in college, did a musical with the college that I was going to, which is COS. And the musical, it was in the Heights. We did In the Heights. And I auditioned for it with some other friends. I was ensemble in it. I had a great time. And in the Heights was Jack and also Albert were in that show, and a bunch of other people that I also know. But Jack and Albert were the two people who were with me backstage going when I brought a D&D book one time and they were like, oh, and then we were all talking about D&D. So we stayed in contact for a while. We Jack, I didn't really like. We were just like castmates, really. Like we're like, it's funny because Jack knows so many people, and I also know a lot of people, but Jack knows so many people that like people around us knew each other. And the more and more Jack and I have talked about like who we knew growing up, it's like, it is so bizarre we never met each other, because Sabin, who is my sister's husband, I met Sabin in high school, or when I was in middle school, because we did an online school program together because we were both homeschooled. He also went to my high school for a year, and then he started going to a different school. Then he started going to college group that we went to, and then him and Maddie got married.
Yeah.
Then it's funny because Jack also knew Sabin and knew him and was friends with him, but I didn't know Jack. Jack knows so many people I know, but we never knew each other. It's so weird. So then One time we're playing a home game. We haven't started streaming yet, or maybe we had started streaming. It was like the old Immortals game, and we were like, Jack, do you want to play? And he was like, yeah. And he came over and he played, and it was really fun. And we all really liked Jack, and we just kept begging him to come back and play. And then he's just kind of slowly melded his way into the group. Then, he left and he moved to LA. Mm-hmm. Then we started playing with you. Then COVID happens. Then you start playing in Tomb of Annihilation. Then in the middle of that, we also moved Avnia to online, which was the game that Tyler was running. And we were like, oh my God, Jack could play with us because we're online. And Jack was like, yeah, I want to play. So then Jack, but then it was funny because Jack's like, I actually moved back. And we're like, oh, well, all right, we didn't know that because we just weren't keeping up much contact with him. Then it was really through Avnia that Jack really melded himself into the group. And then when COVID ended, Jack ended up staying in town, and then he got to play in person with us. And then we ended Tomb of Annihilation, and then we started Icewind Dale, and I was like, Mia! And then I wanted Mia to play because we had also started playing D&D again with you guys. So I had made a little bit more of a connection with Mia as well once everybody was vaccinated. And then I was like, I really want you to play. It would be super fun. And then Icewind Dale was the game that we ran then, and that was like the first game that Mia did on stream too. It was a blast, obviously. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And that's why Albert has occasionally come in, because Albert also moved to LA, but then now he lives in town, and Jack and I both know him from the past, and we've somewhat talked to him, but he's also been active in our community because he's watched our stuff. Love you, Albert. And we were like, come play in a game with us sometime. And so, yeah, that's basically it. That's how we all know each other, but it's basically just all my fucking high school friends plus some people that I've met along the way through. And then COVID happened, so we're just trauma bonded.
Yeah. True enough.
So yeah, pretty crazy.
Yep.
Pretty crazy. But yeah, I feel like I'm missing somebody.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
I feel like that's everyone, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's tough because so many of them are at the same like entry point. But no, that's everyone.
Yeah. And it was funny the other day. We last week we were having we were hanging out for your birthday, and we were just all talking about how we met each other, and it was kind of funny. And Mia was like, "Did I really meet everybody at a D&D game?" And we were all like, "I think so," but I'm pretty sure we had like a little party once everybody got vaccinated, and we hung out, and that's when Mia met everybody really. But no, but you were at our wedding.
Yeah,
it was. That was pretty cool.
It was fun. Me and Landon both showed up. It was fun.
It was great.
And we sat with Grace and Jack and Sari, and Colton came down. Or Colton's already down, but Sari came down too.
Oh, Sari. So
Colton's fiance.
Yeah. Yes. So Colton.
You summoned her.
Oh, not Siri. Sari was on our when I started my YouTube channel. Colton was like, we should start a Discord, and I was like, I don't know what that is, but go ahead. And Colton started a Discord, and people joined in, and one of those people was Sari, and she helped moderate, and they both built the original XP Level 3 Discord, and the two of them had a group of online friends they talked to, and that's how they met. And then she also did art, and I was like, cool, draw everything forever now.
Now they're going to get married.
Yeah, it's very cute. So, yeah, that's pretty much how we know everybody.
A ton of people.
Yeah, it's a lot. Everybody's pretty cool, though, so... Yeah, but that's why we're really just people that have just kind of met. Like, I wasn't like, and you get to be a part of this, and you get, like, it was just like, you want to play D&D? We also record it, so I don't know if you want to do that, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people will ask, Logan moved to Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't just dislike Logan.
No,
Logan. He just moved.
Right before 2020.
Yeah.
Right before COVID happened, he moved to Washington, and then he also played in Evenfall, and pretty much it. That was a good question.
Yeah.
I've never really had to talk about that.
No,
but now
I think that's probably a good time.
Yeah, really. Caleb Thane asked, have you ever been interested in the various recent playtests and Kickstarters for non-D&D systems, such as Starfinder 2e or the Cosmere RPG? Curious if you also have any in mind that didn't mention. I've seen a lot about Cosmere and Starfinder 2E, but I've not dove very deep. But they seem cool. I'm always down for other RPGs. If anybody would ever be like, let's play it, then yeah. I know Jack really wants to run Daggerheart, which I'm super down to do. But yeah, I'm always down. It's just more like, with our 8th day in the week, I would love to. Which one is that? My Little Pony?
Yeah.
My Little Pony, yeah. I would love to run. I would love to play One Ring. I would love to play Cyberpunk. But, we're just busy. Yeah. So, yeah.
I feel that.
Maybe someday when something ends, we'll move into something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's a lot of it.
More Fallout or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Definitely that one, I think.
Yeah.
For sure. I think that's it on here.
I think so. I don't put the end of the year, but I think by February.
Early.
Makes sense.
February.
What are we even going to do after that?
I don't know.
Cyberpunk?
After Fallout?
No. Fuck, because that's going on a Friday slot. Fuck, I don't know.
A Strixhaven.
No.
I thought you were talking about Redline.
I was talking about Redline.
Yeah, and then I was basically saying, what's after that?
And I said, I don't know, but
then I said
Fallout, but then you said something else, and I was like, oh, right, because Fallout's
after Strixhaven.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, you have no excuse.
Keep running.
Got him.
Got him. We just all bully Pepper. If we all do it, they'll have no choice.
Look, I promise this one will make more sense.
Yeah.
It's more human. I'm not doing some epic fantasy mashup with sci-fi. It'll be a lot easier. It'll be a lot of newsies. How about that?
Who cares?
A lot of newsies.
Yeah.
A lot of newsies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, the fucking Maelstrom game came and kicked my cat to death. Please kill them for me.
Okay. You've got it, boss.
Max Tack appears.
Yeah.
They're like, oh.
Cyber Psycho came and ran into my grandma. Can you go deal with that for me?
And we're all mewing. We're like, yes.
Yeah.
God, you didn't mention Cyber Psycho was your grandpa.
Yeah.
That's none of my fucking business, Choom.
Yeah.
It'll be much smaller universe.
Oh my god. Yeah. I have a lot of character ideas if we ever did play Cyberpunk.
It'd be nuts.
Be cool.
Yeah.
Be really cool. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Someday.
Well, guys, how much time do we have left?
We got like maybe 9 minutes left.
Well,
9
Spencer,
minutes?
now I always have to fill these damn 9 minutes.
There's no more questions?
There's none.
None?
None. I looked. There's only 7. All right.
7?
Yeah, and I put it an hour ahead of time, and everybody's like, no. Yeah.
Sometimes we ask every week.
Yeah,
We
and
do
that's
ask every
fine.
week.
We
That's
should
okay.
interact. It's
I'm not complaining. You guys are great. We love
I
you.
am. Ask more questions.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
What's your favorite color?
We've talked about this before. Pick
What's your
something better.
second favorite color?
Red.
Really?
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah.
That's strong. That's
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
What were you gonna say? It's probably better than your favorite color.
Oh.
Damn. Damn. You better get out of here. There's strays everywhere.
I'm still laughing. Has this gone up? It will go up this week. The Zelda episode. I talked to her later about it because she didn't know what was going on.
Fucking
And
English?
I had to re-explain. She
I'm so
actually didn't
glad.
know what happened.
But
it was really funny. She did laugh.
Good.
It was
I'm
really
glad
funny.
because I was like, I should message her because that came out of that
you
was
were
a little.
fine.
That was a little close to me talking to Mia.
Yeah.
And I was like, that may have been too far.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
It was just the way you said it at the end of the most recent Zelda episode that has gone up for you guys. For us, it goes up this week. You go over to the pots, and it's right before the boss battle, and you're like swinging, and you're swinging, and Pepper goes, wait, maybe we should wait. Maybe there might be a fairy in there. Like, maybe we should wait. And then you just shatter it open and do it, and we're all kind of talking over, and then we all go, and I go, oh, and we're all like, oh, there was a fairy, and it goes quiet, and then Pepper looks to the rest of us and goes, is that us speaking English?
You were. I just didn't hear you.
That fucking temple tears people apart.
It
The one
did.
people's are the worst.
That was terrible.
The reason why that was funny is because you had to learn it in Wind Waker. You had to be like, no. I gotta get my bottle ready.
Yeah.
I gotta get because you also did it. We
All the
all
time.
did it.
All the time.
And it was just funny to be like, I won't let her make that mistake. And you were like, why? That's how it came off more.
Because we were just, I don't know if it's in the same video or not, but it's that it's hard because the whole day was a blur.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was in the same episode or moments before where you do that with another one, and then we like as you flip through menus, we're trying to figure out how to catch the one that's slowly just orbiting you. And I'm like, we can't do anything. You're like, drink the oil for your lantern. So I was like, oh, a second chance for redemption.
Yeah.
Oh, it's worse.
It's worse.
This is
infinitely worse.
This is why this new show that we're going to be recording, I think, is going to be really funny because it was awful. But it's when everybody is so funny, and I don't know what it. Not like just like entertaining, but we all get like really goofy and silly, and it gets really fun whenever it's just like this sucks. This sucks so much. We have to find ways to cope, and everybody you start drinking lantern oil, and like it's just super funny, and I love it.
It's a blast.
And it sucks. The Water Temple did suck.
It did.
But damn, those were 2 fun episodes. I had a great time.
I still have to beat that boss.
He's terrible. You're right. You have to beat that boss.
Yeah.
You have to.
You can beat that boss.
Yeah,
I'm going
you
to.
can and will.
Then you will.
You will make the me, and you
Yeah.
will beat the boss.
Yeah.
I have faith.
Me.
You.
Yeah.
My name.
What if I hold the nunchuck and you hold the
That would be
That's even
so
more
much
chaotic.
worse. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that at Skyward Sword episode. I'm gonna be like, this game's too easy.
Yeah.
Somebody
You're
take the other
Yeah.
Somebody take the other.
What if
Joy-Con,
you hold
please.
the controller
You're
and
gonna
he
make
puts the
Jack
nunchuck
hold
in
your
his
Joy-Con?
ass?
There we go. Yeah. I'll control with my ass.
He'll put it in his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I probably do it.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually think I
Bet?
could. If I clenched the nunchuck, the flared,
Yeah.
if I clenched that
The
and then
nub?
squatted and then had it like underneath me and then I moved it, like I think I could easily do it. Yeah, for sure.
This
for
might
sure.
be what gets us flagged.
Yeah.
They were like, I'm like, come on, YouTube, what is it? And they're like, oh, the part at the end where you talked about controlling Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess with your sphincter. That's insane.
That one was crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
That one was crazy.
Yeah, no, I as an impressionable little boy, I played those games, so
Yeah.
the controls will be with me until I die.
Yeah.
And they are bad.
They are
I'm
terrible.
not saying that's why Z Target was a funny meme to me, because it's like it's a terrible system, but because I was young and I learned the inner workings of how it makes sense, because I
Yeah.
wanted to beat those games and just destroy them.
Yeah.
I know exactly how they work, but I cannot explain them. I can't make it make sense, but I know why it happens. I'm like,
Yeah.
the Z target didn't work because Navi hadn't flown over yet, because Navi has animation frames in which when Link looks over at something, it has to get within a range. The Navi has to fly over towards it. Once she's yellow and near it, then you can Z target. That's the moment you can press it, and you kind of have to wait for it. And if you don't know that or don't look for it, it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah.
Same thing with Twilight Princess. Whenever you dash or run, Link can't move. So when he runs forward, he's gonna move forward in that direction, and then you can steer. So the way I think about it is, I'm like, I know that if I want to go fast, I can.
What even is that?
Explain to the audio listeners right now.
Jacob has this picture of me where I look like a big nerd, and if I'm ever like being a nerd about something to a point, he'll pull it out and be like,
Yeah.
being a nerd.
It's you wearing my glasses,
Yeah.
my
Your
old
old
glasses, but with the 0.5 camera.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you look like the nerd emoji. And anytime you're like, technically you can't do that because of this, I just pull it out and show it to
Yeah.
you. So that, damn,
Put
you
you on
really
blast.
got me. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Look, makes sense.
She doesn't do it around you guys.
No,
She does
no,
it to
no,
me
no,
all
no.
the goddamn time.
I will say,
Actually,
it is not ignorance on any of our parts,
yeah.
No.
because I think
no.
we know
Yeah.
that there's a whole different Spencer that we've never witnessed.
Oh,
Maybe seen glimpses of,
Yeah.
but never witnessed. Partially because I think half of it's societal pressures,
Yeah.
of course.
and I think the other half of it is it's special only for you.
Yeah.
But
course.
I know that there is another side of Spencer I couldn't even fathom that just blasts the fuck out of you
Yeah.
in ways that I couldn't imagine.
Fucking roasted the shit out of me the
I
other day
bet.
for no reason.
I bet.
When I called you adult Link?
You were
Yeah.
like, you were in the adult version of the Triforce and khakis. I was like, what the fuck, man?
No, I have no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
I took you to Barnes and Noble today, and Spirit Halloween. This is what I get.
Spirit Halloween sucked.
Was it bad?
It was bad.
Um,
They were playing the music just
Oh yeah.
way too loud.
Oh.
Marceline got a little overwhelmed and was like, I only want mom to hold me. And then
There's a lot going on.
yeah. It was
Everything
like the
smells like
entire back of the
spray
store I didn't want to go to because that's where the speaker was and it was just too loud. Then we went to Barnes and Noble. Marcy was fine.
peaceful.
It was nice and cold in there.
Yeah.
I love Barnes and Noble
Peaceful.
so goddamn much.
It's great.
It was so nice.
Yeah, you got some.
I found a
books.
cool baking. I talked about how much I hate baking, but I found a really cool, enormous, like fat book of baking recipes that are like not super complicated. They're like really easy, simple baking recipes that I wanted to have because I hate looking them up. And it was just a ton of them. And I was like, this is awesome. And then I took a Post-it note and I marked everything in it that I think is cool and want to make. And then while I was playing Icewind Dale yesterday, Spencer made the lemon cake and the lemon loaf, the yogurt lemon loaf, and it was fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. So it was super good.
Yeah, and then after I made it and you ate some of it, you were like, yeah, I said that I got the cookbook so that I could learn how to bake, but actually it's for you. I was like, no.
I was joking. I was saying like, actually my real strategy was now you have to make all these for me. And that was a joke. Yeah.
It was a joke.
No.
There's matcha Rice Krispies in there and I want those so bad. That sounds so good. I'm going to. They sound amazing.
Yeah.
And bagel recipes too.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds so good. Yeah, no, you are entirely right though. I never really mean to put you on blast. It's just that I know the real you, and I see it, and I'm like, how could you do this to me?
Yeah. You're caught in two lives where you respond one way knowing that the gremlin's gonna come out, and then you're like,
oh
fuck,
my god,
I'm in public, and Grace and everyone's looking, going, what the hell, man?
Yeah,
you're like, no, she's evil.
Yeah,
she's evil.
Yeah. You gotta understand.
Yeah.
You guys haven't been with us at Ilias, especially. Yeah, exactly. Because honestly, around you and Mia, it doesn't really can't get away with it really, because I can be like, no, and you're like, fuck. Yeah. But around like Jack and Grace, they're like, Jacob, come on, Jacob, just go get her water bottle. And I'm like, fine.
Yeah.
I'll go get her water bottle. That's fine. I'll go get it.
Can you go get my water bottle?
No.